Alright guys, check it out. This is my official first full flight of the Starfall X, and we turn the controller on first. We double tap this power button, hold it for 3 seconds, then you get lights. You'll have a fast blinking in the rear. Do nothing until that fast blinking is done and over with. That'll let you know the gyro's been calibrated, and then, and only then, you can arm this drone. And if you look under here, see a light blinking, and it's just like a steady blink. It's hard to see with the really bright LEDs. That light's what we're looking at, and there's a face. Look at it. If you look in the face when you start recording, you'll see a red light blinking. I don't know if you were able to see that, but that's how you can tell if your camera's going. You do need to put an SD card in the camera if you are going to be recording with this. This is a 5.8 gigahertz drone. We are in the first speed or rate setting or level setting or whatever you want to call it with this, and by going down to the 5 o'clock position we'll arm this drone. It will not start the motors. You need to throttle up to start the motors on this. This is not an altitude hold bird. There's a quick takeoff forward. Again, this is in the first position, which is, I'm guessing, beginner. The second one, to my knowledge, is a higher pitch rate, and the third one is your rolling, where you can do all types of flips and whatnot. But gonna give a good buzz on this. It's getting good range. Speed on this is good. Guys, I've been interested in racing drones for quite some time. I'm definitely going to still fly my toy grid. I'm definitely going to still fly the brushless, the GPS ones as I do. But I am diving into the racing world. I don't know a lot about it. I'm a little bit book smart about it because I read a lot, but as far as the technical programming controllers and whatnot, we're going to get into that. So if that's something you've been wanting to do, stay with my channel. We're going to get into it. I have guys that are really well with it, and bam! Look at that punch. Look at that punch. Punch straight up. This thing went. But yeah, I have guys in drone days that are really big FPV racers, and they know more about the stuff than I do, and they're kind of coaching me on it. I don't ever claim to know everything. I don't ever claim to be number one. Would I like to think I'm one of the top reviewers, one of the fresher reviewers, a guy with a new take on things without saying the same boring stuff, without feeding you the same boring stuff, feeding you the same boring footage? Absolutely. But am I number one? I don't think so. Would I like to be number one? Absolutely. Do I know everything about drones? Absolutely not. Am I willing to learn, though? Absolutely. I'm willing to learn, and I'm willing to have people teach me so I can teach you if you're watching me. I have access to a lot of drone pilots, a lot of smart drone pilots, some of them a lot smarter than me, and I'm leeching off them. I'm leeching off their brain to gain their information. That way I can be a more elite pilot. This is just the tip of the water here. They got ones that are a little more advanced in this, a lot more advanced in this. They got smaller ones. The book is open on this whole FPV racing drone type thing. And again, the camera is 5.8 gigahertz, so you can definitely run goggles on this. You can run a screen on this. You can run a monitor, whatever you want to do. And we are going to sit this down lightly, just because it really doesn't have any type of landing gear. So we are switching it into 2 now. We're not going to go into 3 just because I want to practice in 3. I really want to wrap my head around how to fly in a full acro mode. But 2, from my understanding, is just the extreme higher pitch. So we're going to test that out. And bam! Bam! Okay. Wow, that was neat. So if you pitch forward with this and you also throttle up, it's boosting it forward considerably. It's not really going higher in altitude, but it's thrusting forward considerably. So that's pretty neat. I don't think I really have any other quads that'll do that. Generally on the self-leveling toy grade brushless drone quads that I have, when you pitch forward and throttle up, that's basically to maintain your altitude and go forward really quickly. Not so much going up in altitude using it as almost like a boost mode where you're pushing a lot harder, because that was definitely pushing a lot harder. Bam, there's a punch in 2. That's level 2 punch. This thing is great fun. Do your shopping, guys. I got this cheaper than any Bugs 3. I didn't have a deal on it. I didn't know the seller. I didn't have a coupon. I didn't have a code. I was just trickling around on Amazon looking at racing drones, and this came up, and I'm like, that looks like a good price. I'm gonna grab it. I got it for like, I think it was $69.99, free shipping, Prime. And then I do my cross research on this, and this thing goes for a lot higher than that. So that's why I tell y'all, do your homework. Constantly be on your nose researching, because occasionally, bam, and there's that. That's pitching forward and pressing the left stick up, and it's just boosting forward. Like, that thing picked up like you wouldn't believe. This is exciting. I mean, I have the Alcema. The Alcema is quick. I have the Bugs 3. I have the Bugs 8. They're all quick drones. But this thing right here, this is exciting. It's doing handstands and just plummeting forward, not really dropping in altitude. But the thing is blowing forward like you wouldn't believe. I can't wait to get this in acro mode, but I'm happy with it right now. I'm happy with the way it's flying, the way I'm able to fly it, the way I'm learning how to fly it. This is all a new experience for me. The battery on this, if you have this drone, if you bought this drone and the batteries will not charge, I had the same issue. There's a reverse lateral punch. That's a little bit scary with this. Reverse lateral punch with this is a little bit scary. It is real responsive. If you're having issues with batteries, check out my YouTube. I got a battery fix for it. I had to open up the batteries and charge it internally because the port on the outside was not getting any connection and was not charging. But the batteries themselves were good. Lights are blinking. That means bring it down. I got a low voltage alarm going off as well, so that definitely has this too. And again, there's a camera on this. If you want to use this for a slight camera bird, by all means. It's meant to be used as a 5.8 gigahertz goggle bird, but do you. Guys, I'm J-Drone. If you hold this way, that will disarm the drone. That way you don't hurt yourself. I suggest turning off the controller too. That way you know the motors aren't going to fire. And I'm just looking to see the camera is off. The camera is off. Controller's off. And we're going to turn this off simply by pressing this and holding it for 3 seconds. Again, guys, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Check out Drone Days on Facebook. Link will be at the bottom.